చుట్టమలే చుట్టేస్తాంది చుట్టేస్తాంది చుట్టమలే చుట్టేస్తాంది ఓ అరరరే చుట్టమలే చుట్టేస్తాంది తుంటరి చూపు ఊరికే ఉన్నడు కాసేపు.
Wow. I told you she should have.
If I've done anything wrong, I'm sorry. I literally just learned the song yesterday. But I've been listening to this song on repeat.
But it's a great song.
But it's still tough to like get the pronunciations right, and she was spot on.
We have both. We have well done, Alia. Clap, 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 clap. Well done. This is quite a singing brother-sister duo. I have to say, दोनों गा सकते हैं भाई बहन, which is fantastic. Devara, Brahmastra, war kind of coming together, and it was like we all had dinner at this restaurant that was seating only 12, and we were 12 of us, and it just felt like everyone knew each other from way back.
No, I will tell you one story. Because this also happened, since we're here, because this is Devara ka JIGRA, Devara into JIGRA. This is some sort of crossover love that we're sharing with
I
each
really
other.
want to know, who announced the title first, JIGRA or Devara?
Devara.
I think it was Devara.
Then came in JIGRA.
Then came in JIGRA. I think I think we put out the unit. Devara already had it.
But that's actually a nice coincidence, sir. When you have an R and R.
Yeah.
Devara and JIGRA sounds like each other, and then we were also coming in the same window. Who would have imagined?
Exactly.
But I'm saying this love started with Tarak very graciously coming to the Brahmastra, sort of press meet.
Yes.
In Hyderabad, and there was, I remember I was fully pregnant at that time, and Tarak was like, yeah, we'll do the event, but then after that you all have to come to my house for dinner. And we had such a warm evening on that terrace. I remember eating dinner and like chatting, and that was the first time that we actually discussed possible baby names in front of everybody. I remember Ranbir and I were like, if it's a girl it'll be this, if it's a boy it'll be this, and we were all like, raising our glass to like to
so was
the health.
Raha the name discussed that night?
We discussed.
Yes,
we had names picked out,
and I started praying, I wish it was Raha. I wish it was
He's
Raha.
like,
I wish it was Raha, and finally
What a
finally there
beautiful
she is.
name. What a beautiful name. You know what I find absolutely intriguing about movie stars, specifically in the brand of cinema that you have done and across decades now, is that there is a kind of fine line between always projecting movie stardom and yet giving that performance. And I think you've done that effortlessly, always. That you've not only considered one of the biggest movie stars, but also an absolutely terrific actor. Now, do you have to kind of straddle that at times, that you know that you are also an artist, you're giving your all, your heart, your emotion to that scene, but there is a certain perception of how you have to be, a larger than life persona that has to always penetrate through celluloid. Is there always like that tussle within you, or is just in your DNA to just be the way you are, and then it comes out all effortlessly?
I think it's very natural, sir, for any actor. The moment you start calculating, your image versus your want. I don't think they can never gel together. Because I've seen this multiple times in my career. So I've said this many a times, that there was this point where this whole image, this whole want of fans and what they want, it was very strenuous for me as an actor. And then I can
imagine.
Yeah, I just couldn't straight. Think straight. So that's when Abhay happened, my first child, and something about that experience of being a father has made me become naive all over again. And I think for an actor, what's the most important thing is that how do you become naive? How do you disown or unknow things? Because at that moment when you have to perform, I really think that you don't need to experience it. Right? You haven't ever experienced it, but how do you deliver it? For that, I think there needs to be a lot of naiveness in an actor. And that comes only when you just take things off your brain. And for me, when I was of course, I was struggling for Abhay to look at me and call me Papa or call me Nana. So I wanted him to do that. So that urge in me somewhere just took this whole NTR ka image away from me. And I said, wow, this whole thing is just gone from my head. So I said, what if I try to incorporate it into my movies?
Right.
So that's when my journey started as an actor.
As an artist.
It's like, yaar, just for me, it gets very boring for some, if I have to just give this a reaction, it's just useless, it's meaningless. So I started putting my foot down and, started communicating, saying that, no, I really don't think this will work. Then, we started discussing, and then the discussion started happening. So I opened up as an artist.
Right.
That made it easier for me to understand myself more as an actor.
As an actor.
So every time I felt that, यार घर से निकल रहा हूं मैं, तो मुझे कुछ एक्साइटमेंट फैक्टर चाहिए, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी 2 एक्साइटिंग फैक्टर्स है, अभय एंड भार्गव. इनसे बड़ा एक्साइटिंग फैक्टर क्या हो सकता है? तो वो है मेरे मूवीज. अगर वो एक्साइटमेंट नहीं मिल रहा है तो घर में बैठूंगा मैं. I'll sit at home. I don't need to work.
Always very well. Alia, taking from where Tarak just mentioned about, how things moved in his head after the birth of Abhay, has the birth of Raha and you being a mother, which is, I can't even imagine the experience. I mean, what like anybody goes through, because having that energy, that maternal energy. Do you think yourself, and have you thought about this, has that somewhere impacted you as an artist when you're facing the camera today?
Oh yeah.
From when pre-Raha?
Most definitely. Most definitely. And I'm not just saying this because I'm promoting JIGRA. Genuinely, swear with all my heart. When I signed JIGRA, I think I was in my tigress mode. I was in my most protective, like, no one come near her mode.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
when I saw that trailer.
That was the energy. And it was like, that's why I always say destiny, luck, life has so much to play in things going a certain way for you. Like, forget the fate of JIGRA. The fact that it came to me also, I was like, wow, what is the timing of this? That I'm feeling this way and it came. And it had all of those things laced over it. So for sure, I don't think I'm the same person. I don't want to be the same person. Life has so much more meaning. And I feel like actors can get really self-obsessed if they're always constantly thinking about themselves. Now, when there's another being in your life, suddenly it's like, oh, Alia who? Raha. And Alia's fine, comes in and out. But the focus is on her, and that feeling of nurturing and feeling of my mind always being there is something that will never change now.
And also the other thing is the pressure. Like, he said that he abandoned that pressure because it became about, like, if he's feeling the excitement, he's going to get onto that set. You're always touted as like this best actor of our times in Hindi cinema. A lot of it is written, a lot of it is expressed, a lot of it sometimes is a burden to carry. Is it really? Is it when you go and face the camera, do you come with that baggage, or are you able to shed it off?
No, I don't think I come with that baggage. I think definitely when the film is up for release, you get a bit of pressure. You get a bit of feeling because tab sab kuch line
But
pe aa
that's
jata
more
hai
as
na.
a movie star and not as an artist.
No,
really.
then it's more like report card aa jayega,
Yeah.
But on set and going to set is all about the actor, like the acting process, being directed by a director, collaborating with the team, and I just feel very grateful to be in that moment every day. I love that process of collaborating, especially when, especially with Vasan, I had a blast. He's such a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
So